So I'm checking on cameras inside of Best Buy, what they have, stuff like that. So I got some ideas about cameras. I think I have unusual kind of, I guess, wish or something. I'm not indifferent to cameras. All my life pretty much I had camera, some kind of camera. And I do like to take a look sometimes at new stuff. Anyway, what I think, you need to do your research. Honestly, that FX30 look very promising. I don't know, something about that. It is more promising than some other plastic cameras. And that FX30 is very light. I personally think it's one of the best ones. They put that with consumer models. But FX30 is something more than that. I think it's good vlogging camera. Super 35, not big and heavy. Good quality. So I would say, if you don't like to buy junk, it's better to buy something like that. It costs $1,700 or $1,800, but that's something that I see can last and withstand heat or something. Any other ones? They look okay, but kind of really they have that consumerish feel to it. Consumerish for a short time and throw away basically. You cannot rely on it really. I've seen that Easy E1. It looks consumerish kind of. Something about it. It's very consumerish. So like if you expect to edit like raw 12 bit, probably it doesn't have, most likely. It looks very simple, it's quite light, but people are crazy about it. It's kind of like it's what they call it. It's kind of like like trend. They call it trending. For some people, maybe trending. When I look at that, it looks cheap, man, so cheap. Like a Fujifilm like X-T4 look better. Maybe it doesn't have the same processing, all those high kind of, high numbers. But it looks better. Sometimes people buy because of look, not only what it can record, but what you want to keep, certain look. So a lot of them kind of like consumerish, plasticish stuff. X-T4 doesn't look bad, I think quite good. But that is a PSC, it's kind of a miniature film camera, Like whoever had film cameras in the past, X-T4 is kind of miniature, teenager. It's not really the same. It has a look, but it's not the same size, it's smaller. And companies stepped away from that kind of design. And now it's actually interesting to see that design, because most of it is something else. I do like maybe how Canon 5D looks like. The modern 5D is different than what I had. I kind of like that look, the new look better. But I wouldn't say I'm really crazy about it. So what I see is if you want something for the look, I am not sure even what camera is gonna be. Something that you don't know. I do like Sony that with chrome on top. All kind of like X-T4 look, but I don't really like that miniature size, the teenager feel. I have big hands. I don't really like all those micro subjects. Maybe it's good for ladies, but for me, I don't really like it. I would go better with something else. So another side, all those camcorders they have is like almost no camcorders. Sometimes actually it's better for video, don't buy camera because it's gonna overheat, but to buy a camcorder. But you need to look at the sensor size. Many times they put like in big camera 1-inch sensor. That's too small. If they put like APS-C or Super 35, then it's okay. I kind of like that. I had before Sony, it's like a long one, I think 2000, some kind of 2000, Sony 2000 VX or whatever. I think it's quite fun because sometimes I feel like when you take video camera, that's what you're gonna do today. You're gonna shoot video. You're not gonna do anything else. You got the camera, video camera. Your mind is set up on video. You have no other thinking about pictures or whatever. So they talk about hybrid cameras and all that. There are many hybrid cameras, but in reality, in some sense, it's taking away your attention. All this hybrid stuff, because if you have let's say, you know, that video camera, you don't think about photography, but when you have hybrid, your mind is like here and there. You're kind of like not ready to shoot. Your mind is wondering too much about everything. Too much of choice. Well, anyway, I do like video cameras, especially like I said, I think I had Sony VX 2000, something like that. It's a long one, quite long. It has some weight, and it was with lenses. And then I was in Hawaii, I had it in Hawaii, and then I sold that camera to one guy in France. It was strange to me, the guy in France bought my camera. To me, why would you need to buy in France? Because France have PAL. He said that's what my teacher told us to buy. Strange that his teacher told him to buy not PAL system, American system. For what? I don't know. Maybe they have something to do with American market. I don't know, I have no idea. Anyway, I don't see those video cameras. All they have is like a couple of very small ones. But anyway, I got the idea. That's a big store. Big store is offering that one. So what I need actually, it's not a consumer model, but more like professional model. Or like that Sony A7C Mark II. It's kind of like consumer model, but it has magnesium body, which is kind of like almost professional. Normally when they have metal body, it's kind of almost professional or professional. So that one is kind of almost professional. So I might consider that almost, because just for myself. I don't have any production goals. And normally for production, I had one guy. I was living with one guy. For production for TV, they use like 10 grand cameras. So actually he was my roommate. He had to buy his own $10,000 camera to work for private TV, some kind of channel or news, whatever. So that's what professional business is requiring, around 10 grand camera. So if anybody is thinking to achieve with small things something big, some people might look at that and yeah, but we need like 10 grand camera for whatever you're talking about. So he was working for private news company, like a cable. Sometimes he wasn't home, he was going to different cities. He can go to like LA for a few days or another place for a few days. He had Sony, big one. You put on shoulder, big Sony. That was a long time ago. So it was 10 grand, he told me. So I mean, today, if you want something serious on the level of shooting for private TV channel, you don't really need all those FX30, FX3, or you need to shoot for something more than that. You need to look at really broadcasting quality, signals and all that. The noise to signal ratio, all kind of specs like that. Basically, you need to have he didn't have like outstanding camera, but basically you need to have quite outstanding equipment to shoot for something big, if it's considered as big. But to me, that's not really huge. It's just some kind of private channel, a certain channel for TV channel, not super popular. That was in Minnesota. He was working for some kind of Minnesota company. So what I can say is, whoever want to achieve something, expect to pay big bucks for equipment. I told him, how did you buy it for 10 grand? Or he got a loan or credit cards and he has to pay every month. But he got the job. He said, I got the job. So basically, if you have equipment, you can get a job. For some reason, in that field, be it photography or cinematography, videography, many times they like to take you with the equipment. If you don't have the right equipment they need, if you will resist, if you will tell them, no, you buy for me, they might drop you. I don't know why. And I asked him, how did you get the job? Did you finish college or something? He said, yeah, 2-year college. Basically, after 2-year college, you can get a job, but expect to buy, good camera. Well, to me, it doesn't look like Sony Burano, but expect like they might say to buy a FX9, brand new, not like used, new, that they can rely on. Because what happens, they were sending him everywhere, and that TV company was paid for hotel, and he had to come to a certain place and shoot particular thing and come back, bring the footage or send the footage, whatever. Sometimes they might send to few places, one after one. It's not like suppose one he go to LA and then he doesn't come back to Minneapolis. He go to another state. He might send video by FedEx or by, whatever they have for the mail, whatever they choose. And he go another place. And he has his camera with him all the time. I said, what if something happened? And he said, I have an insurance for it. If something will happen, basically insurance will cover it. And something with the company. I don't know why the company, they don't like to give you equipment if it belongs to the company. They don't like to give you equipment. They believe you can steal it. You can steal the camera, run away. So for them it is a loss. But sometimes he said, even if you buy, they can give you some allowance or some money because you use your own camera. So that sounds like, at construction, mostly at construction, you need to have your tools. The more tools you have, the better. Nobody like to give you any tools. Well, they can give you a screwdriver, but something like serious, like certain meters or certain stuff, even impact drill, which costs like $200, they don't want to give you. You need to have your own tools. That's how you can get into construction. Otherwise, you might never get the job there. So it's normal for construction, and I guess it's normal for for video. The same thing. Man, it's so like stop and go. I chose the wrong time. Right now it's 5:39. And it's 5:39. Forget it. In California, too many cars. I live here like before Hawaii, so I left in 2006, and I came back like 2017, at the end of 2017. I've seen so many cars. I mean, too much. Too many cars. Anyway, I think the reason why I actually started this video with the road, this one is the warmest winter. I live in California for many years, starting like from 96. Well, I was in Hawaii, then came back, but still till today, I think this winter is the warmest winter I've seen. Believe it or not, for the whole winter. Right now it's end of February. For the whole winter, never had a jacket even one time. I had this a sweatshirt, this kind of sweatshirt for the whole winter. That's crazy. I think really, people say about global warming. I think I see it in California. For me, it's interesting if this is like broke records. I think based on overall numbers, that 24 winter was the warmest winter. Like if you look back at many years, to me it's the warmest. I had before sometimes here, I need to scratch my windows. In Southern California, I need to scratch my windows because it's frost. The windows frosted, and this year nothing like that. In Southern California, in Orange County, I don't want even jacket. It's not cold enough for me to get jacket and walk with a jacket. So something changed. For me, interesting what kind of summer is going to be. There is a belief if there is cold winter, it will be hot summer. I don't know if it's true or not. Interesting, what if it's really a warm winter? Is it going to be cold summer or not? Or more hot? Quite interesting. Anyway, I need to go and check for some other stuff, get food. So talk to you some other time.